Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's edition of the Midweek Wire. I'm your host, Patrick Henningsen. We are streaming out live on 21stcenturywire.com, also on the other streams. I believe we're on Rumble, BitChute, YouTube, Facebook Live, as well as the audio streams will be on afterwards, after the program on iTunes and all the major audio streams. Thank you again for joining us. And we have a very important topic today, very timely. And we're going to be talking about one of the biggest, I want to say scandal, but it's more like a scam. This is one of the biggest humanitarian aid scams that I've seen in a while. It goes right down there in history with some of the greats, but this is taking things to a whole nother level, and it is not doesn't have anything to do with the UN or the Clinton Global Foundation. No, this is all about Trump and Netanyahu. This is Israeli intelligence teaming up with the CIA and a whole bevy of fake NGOs to pretend that they're providing aid to the people of Gaza. It's a cover. It's a Trojan horse that they've created. We'll get into this. This is an incredible story. And we'll also talk about, we'll set the table as to, what the situation is right now in Gaza, but it's absolutely dire what's going on. And I think this is really a low ebb, certainly for the people of Gaza, certainly for Israel, but really for the U.S. government and especially for the Trump administration, because their role in this is just unbelievable. This is just fraud like nobody has ever seen. And I personally think that if there's a Nuremberg 2 trial, which I think there will be after this is all said and done, all these people, all these mercenary firms, all these fake NGOs, all these backroom operators, they need to be in the dock. So all these organizations are noted. All these individuals are noted. These are all people that are taking part in an active genocide and creaming out money. This is the most disgusting part of this, is they're all creaming money off the top of it in Israel and through the United States fake NGO military contractor constellation. I mean, unbelievable. We're gonna break this down. I'm gonna bring on somebody who's been studying this. Obviously, we've got some great reports on this the last couple of days up at 21st Century Wire. Let me bring Freddie Ponton onto the program. Freddie, thank you for joining us. Freddie Ponton is an independent researcher and a journalist, and he publishes at 21st Century Wire in the Global Affairs section on our site. Thank you for joining us, Fred.
It's good to be with you, Patrick.
So, Fred, we'll try to set the table a little bit about what's going on. I want to give people a little bit of a taste as to what we're looking at. I mean, the scenes are reminiscent of a concentration camp, what we've been watching here, and it's pretty unbelievable. We'll try to connect some of these images here so people can get a better idea, but there's a forced starvation that's been imposed on the people of Gaza. There's no doubt about that. This blockade's been going for severely and since right after October 7th, and it's only been lifted at a few junctures, at a few points, a little bit after Trump's inauguration, but then it's been reimposed. So we're talking about food, we're talking about water. And while this is happening, hospitals are being bombed, civilians are being slaughtered by the hundreds. This has been one of the most violent periods in the entire post October 7th operation. And this is supposed to be like the Trump administration came in riding on a white horse, like this was some sort of peace effort here. And we'll just kick things off with Israel's UN ambassador is really one of the most, unsavory individuals that anybody has ever seen. We'll bring him up on stage, and there's a video that you published on your X account, Fred. I think that's very emblematic of how bad the situation really is, and really how disgusting some of these people are carrying on.
Since May 19th.
Including this person. So we're going to play this clip. Obviously, full disclosure, folks, the cringe meter is off the charts on this. So we do apologize in advance. If you find this to be funny and plus disgusting at the same time, don't feel bad because that's how we feel. So let me play this clip by Danny Danon. This is Israel's ambassador to the UN. We'll play this.
Since May 19, almost 9,000 tons of aid have entered Gaza, carrying food, medical supplies, and shelter equipment. In the past 2 weeks, 4 new aid distribution centers were established inside Gaza. 2 of them are already open. Those centers distribute food packages to thousands of families, despite Hamas establishing roadblocks and checkpoints to prevent civilians from reaching the aid. As we speak, there are more than 400 trucks already on the Gaza side of the fence, waiting to be distributed, but the UN has failed to pick them up. We opened the crossings, we provided safe routes for those trucks, but the UN did not show up. So let me be clear. The UN must stop spreading panic and start moving aid.
Wait a minute, Fred. Did I just hear that right? So he's blaming the UN for aid not getting to the people of Gaza, and he's blaming Hamas as well. I mean, this guy has what incredible cheek he has. This is like perfect Orwellian inversion. Just for him to stand there. Israel has been denying aid for the longest time. Israel has been inducing starvation. I can't believe this guy's made this statement, Fred.
Yeah, I mean, 11 weeks, almost 12 weeks of blockade in Gaza. So very, very little food is entering the Strip, of course, and of course the overall public sentiment about what's going on in Gaza is starting to surface and put pressure on Western governments as far as starting to point the finger at Israel. And Israel's response is to take no responsibility, but rather blame whoever they found to blame, whoever is left there to try and help. And I think it's quite well established that the UN has been trying over and over to ask Israel to open the gates at various crossings, and this distribution has been hindered from the get-go. So right now, this kind of declaration for Israeli ambassador at the US, it's very, as you said, very cheeky and almost disgusting, to be honest with you, because surely we can clearly see that the strategy that has been put in place over the past few months by Israel and its partners in crimes are simply about undermining UNRWA, undermining the UN as an institution, as an aid delivery organization that has proven to do the job over and over the years. And this is really a direct attack on the UN's, but discrediting the UN, especially because they are promoting the return of refugees in Palestine, and that is the major problem. So I think what Israel is doing is really trying to hit a couple of targets, with the fewest stones possible. And they're going to keep, and we're going to see that coming over the debacle that we've all witnessed on social media and other platforms as far as what's going on at the Gaza and the first day of distribution. They're going to blame someone if things get out of hand, because they will get out of hand because it is not handled by professionals. So this is the first kind of setting up the stage for what is to come, Patrick.
Sure. Yeah. And we'll look at some of that aid here just to give people, this food that Israel and the U.S. says that it's providing. The important point is what you just said, Freddie, and people need to understand that the United Nations Works and Relief Agency, UNRWA, has been providing lifeline, essential aid to the Palestinians since like 1954 or something like this. Long time. They are part of the community. They are part of the civil society, part of the country structure of that the occupied territories. Okay, they provide education, they provide food, they provide assistance on every single conceivable level. And after October 7th, the Israeli government and the U.S. government lied to their own constituents and then to the world, claiming that UNRWA had been infiltrated by Hamas. And then Israel began assassinating and killing UN aid workers at that point, bombing them, bombing their facilities, bombing refugee safe havens within Gaza, and demonizing UNRWA in the United States. And mentally retarded MAGA and right-wing people, I'm sorry, I'm going to be kind. That's about the nicest thing I can say. All parroted this fake talking point that UNRWA was a terrorist organization. So they did that intentionally to delegitimize it so they could cut off food and water to the people of Gaza. That's why they did it. The whole thing was a fake ruse based on a blood libel that UNRWA was a terrorist organization to do what they've done, which is to cut off food, water, medical supplies, and aid to make life unlivable in Gaza. Let's take a look at some of the food they delivered this week.
Just Patrick, if you can get closer to your mic, because I think we're losing you a little bit.
Sure. Hopefully that's better for you there. Sound better. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Out here, folks.
Yeah, that's better now.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's take a look at some of the aid that's coming here. This is the product here. It's, as you can see, looking at some of these items. What is this stuff? It looks like Israeli products, dry goods. You got pasta, spaghetti, some vegetable oil, maybe some flour. I'm not sure. Some beans, some dried beans, canned vegetables, and they're giving out these boxes. This might feed a couple of people each for maybe a day or two. It might feed a family for like maybe an hour or something like that. That's basically what it is. And according to this account, which is a big account, Mohammed Shahada, and he's basically saying Israel is profiting from its genocide. The meager aid packs a few Gazans received today were almost entirely Israeli products with visible Hebrew writing on it. So the Shell Israeli American mercenary group running this fake aid distribution Trojan horse is helping Israel make some money from starving Gaza to death. Fred, are you aware of the budgets that are involved with this so-called aid operation? Like what types of sums are we talking about? These contractors that they're getting?
Well, it's very difficult to say because the money has arrived from various sources at a different time. If you look back in January, the European Union has pledged over $120 million towards food distributions and food supply for the Gaza Strip. And they've encountered a lot of problems. This was an air corridor that was opened between the EU and Israel to allow this food to arrive and to make sure this food will not find any trouble upon arriving at the crossings. But a lot of these trucks, I think there's so many pictures of trucks, outside of the Rafah crossing, and other the Al Shalom crossing as well. So there is a real effort to starve the population, and the way to do it is by controlling the border. Whatever comes in or out of the Gaza Strip is under the control of Israel, nobody else. And that is very important. So that's already 120 millions there that we find it very difficult. And I think even the European unions and others are starting to realize that something is really not quite right. I mean, $120 million worth of food and medical aid and so on, hygiene stuff. This makes a difference if it is distributed properly by professional people that have a good understanding on how to execute these kind of jobs. It's not happening for one single reason, and that is that Israel is hindering the process. So that's one part. And then the other part, we remember that by March 2025 this year, we had the United Arab Emirates already putting forward the idea that they'll contribute to the aid efforts, if you will, to get food into the Gaza Strip. So they were part of that. I think there was pledge that was made, but it's really very difficult in terms of documenting really if the money has been spent, if it has been spent, where it has been spent, who has received this money, through which channels. All that is just lacking of transparency, because you're dealing with a criminal state that is not interested in letting you know what it does. Just in case you find out that their plan is perhaps not as how it is advertised in the first place. So that's the first part of it. And then, of course, the rest is this current aid initiative that has kind of been portrayed since the early part of May as the new solution, which is backed by the United States and Israel as a potential way to get and distribute food to avoid the starvation. And what has been presented to us has been a pile of lies, literally, about who these people are, where they come from, and who funded them is still very unclear. Now, we know from various statements that was made at the Knesset recently, I mean, a couple of days by first the head of the opposition with Yair Lapid, that came forward and literally challenged the Netanyahu Smotrich government, saying that, look, this has been financed by Israel. This is Israeli taxpayers' money going towards funding these aid efforts, talking about various NGO foundations involved in these projects. And then on the other side, we have also other members of the Knesset that came forward as well, one today actually, and that also said that this is actually even worse, saying that this is sponsored by the Mossad and the Israeli Ministry of Defense. So there is, of course, a lack of confidence in the government's story. And then, of course, investigative journalists, various independent journalists like ourselves have gone into the process of investigating what has been presented to us. And then, of course, very quickly, after digging a couple of information, we realized that the story, this beautiful aid story of Israel backing this entire effort to feed the Palestinian population is just pure fabrication.
And so, can you hear me a little bit better?
I can't hear you at all.
Okay, so can you hear me now?
No.
Okay. We're going to go to break for a moment.
Yeah.
Have to come back. We're going to go to break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes, so we'll catch you guys in a few minutes.
Me han venido a acompañar esta tarde y no podría ser la excepción. El partido Fuerza, 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 Fuerza. Se vive hoy, se vive esta manifestación desde el corazón y las entrañas de un pueblo. Por eso hoy queremos recibir a ese líder, a ese caballero. You are the revolution that you've been waiting for. You are the revolution that you've been waiting for. You are the revolution that you've been waiting for.
You are the revolution. You are the revolution. You are the revolution. You are the revolution.
That you've been waiting for.
You are the revolution. You are the revolution. You are the revolution.
That you've been waiting for.
You are the revolution. Revolution.
just a commodity. You are the revolution. And we're gaslit into another war. Stand strong, because you are the revolution.
You are the revolution. You are the revolution. You are the revolution. You are the revolution.
That you've been waiting for.
You are the revolution. You are the revolution. You are the revolution.
They conspire against you, accuse you of terrorism, to steal your sovereignty. Hold fast, watch it collapse. But just stop. I know that we still have the power. You are the revolution. They want to centralize, monopolize, control your thoughts. Breathe, go deep, go outside, put seeds in the ground. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are the revolution that you've been waiting for. You are the revolution that you've been waiting for. Alone. You are the revolution that you've been waiting for.
You are the revolution.
You are not alone. That you've been waiting for.
Oh, hi. Is this a train to the revolution?
Why, yes, my lady. And you're right on time.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second. Testing 1, 2, 3. Freddie, can you hear me okay?
No, I can't hear you.
Can't.
Very thin.
Let me go to the comments, the audience, listeners. If you're on the YouTube stream right now and you can hear me, give us a thumbs up in the comment section, please. It'd be a great help. So we're just, yeah. If you guys, I'm keeping an eye on the YouTube comment streams. So we're trying to isolate the issue. So no audio coming through StreamYard. That's interesting. So audio's been canceled. Let's see if we can do it.
Okay, I can't hear you, Patrick. So, yeah, my settings are. No, can't hear you at all. I mean, I can't hear you at all. Earlier, I could hear you slightly, but now I can't hear you at all. You must be muted or something. I can see you're muted on your side, Patrick. Your sound is muted. It says muted.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Yeah,
1,
now
2,
you're
3.
back.
1, 2, 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 3. So
I can
what
hear you
we've done
very
here
thin,
is
yeah.
just do basic audio.
It's not going through your mic for sure.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It's okay. It's not loud, but I can hear you, so that's manageable.
Right. Because of technical difficulties, sorry to announce that we're going to have to cancel the show. So our apologies. Our broadcaster or our hardware, there's some issues. So I see in the comments you can hear me, but unfortunately, my guest cannot hear me. So yeah, we're gonna have to cut. Okay, sorry, that's all we've got time. We're not gonna be able to continue. There's technical difficulties, so we're really sorry, and we'll try to possibly do the episode once we've repaired the problem, if we're able to. Again, our apologies to everybody who's tuned in. Really appreciate your listenership. So just keep an eye on 21stcenturywire.com. Articles are there, the research is there, and we'll be posting more updates on this story. Follow us on X, on my X Twitter account as well. You can follow me there, and hopefully we'll be back. Again, our apologies for the technical difficulties. We will iron out this. Might be a software issue, could be a hardware issue. We'll have to do some troubleshooting. So it's been great. Take care, everybody. All the best.
All of the pictures left unpainted, all of the games they left unplayed, all the laughter in the playground, all of the arts they never made. Ghost faces of a million Palestinian children. All of those voices left in silence, all with their names written in kind, lest their bodies pulled from rubble, lifeless empty dolls to find. Ghost faces of a million Palestinian children. What of the songs they've never written? What of the words they'll never sing? And the darkness of the nightmare, inescapable that rings. The ghost faces of a million Palestinian children. I hear the crying, helpless children, God's most precious and most dear. I hear them begging for the reason. How could you ever leave us here? I close the eyelids of a million Palestinian children. So what do we really stand for? Is this how our future's made? And when we ever find the courage to stand up unafraid, I tear away the persecution of the Palestinian children. Rise up and be the guardians of the Palestinian children. To respect our obligation, every creed and every nation, 'cause every soul deserves protection. Save the Palestinian children. Save the Palestinian children.